A 50% drop in corporate sponsorship is very, very significant. Why do you think that has happened?
Hi, Stephen. Thanks for asking. That's a great question. And I think it speaks to a broader truth that is not being discussed by this guest or in this conversation, and that is that Pride was never meant to be transactional. It wasn't about exchanging community presence for corporate sponsors or for marketing dollars or for political polish. We haven't had a chance to chat yet, but I've worked with the board of directors for the Canadian Gay and Lesbian Chamber of Commerce, for the Alberta LGBTQ Chamber of Commerce, the British Columbia Gay and Lesbian Chamber of Commerce. I've also volunteered Pride at Work Canada with the Skipping Stone Foundation and the Loud Foundation locally. I say this with great love, because I have been in the rooms with sponsors, with airlines, with banks, with insurance companies, talking about representation and invisibility. I've presented internationally on this stuff. And all that to say is I know that there are both better people, better representatives of our community, and better approaches and ways to leading this than the ones that are being centered in this conversation right now. Over the years, as we've watched Pride drift from protest to performance, we've seen that those people who are most comfortable operating within the systems of oppression, as opposed to challenging them, are the ones whose voices get elevated. And if we're really being honest, who are the ones who primarily benefit? And at whose expense? Pride started as a protest. It was started by trans women. It was started by sex workers. It was started by people of color, people whose very existence was criminalized. It was never meant to collaborate with the police. It was never meant to whitewash colonization and occupation. If Pride now is losing corporate sponsors, maybe it's not a crisis. Maybe it's a correction and an alignment as the community finally comes together and asks these Pride organizations, maybe stop selling yourself out and start serving the community. It might cost comfort. It might cost dollars, but that's the price of transformation. And I think it's the price of asking these organizations to stop trading justice for PR.